Recording. Awesome. All right. Well, good afternoon, JCI, Michigan. So, just in case you don't know who I am, I'm Tara Mack. I'm your chief of staff for the year of 2021. Kind of a weird year, right? So, we are going to start this show. And guess what, guys? We started this on time. It is actually 1 minute early. So, I'm just going to put that out there. If you all know me, I am a person that does everything on time. So, all right. So, just a couple of housekeeping notes before we get going. If you are joining us for the Lugnuts game tonight, just remember we're going to meet at 6:30 at the will call. All right. Carol will have tickets for all of us. Here's the good news. If you haven't bought tickets, that's okay. Still come. We can get you some tickets. Those of you on Zoom, if you're sitting there going, man, I wish I really would have bought some Lugnuts tickets. You still have time to get here. Hop in your car, put this little Zoom on your phone, and start heading to Lansing, and we'd love to see you. The stadium definitely has tickets. It's going to be fun. And that's enough about that. So what I'd like to do is actually get this show started. So please give me a huge JC welcome to our 97th president, Adam Bonarak.
Thank you, Tara. Good afternoon, everyone. It's great to see all of you here in person and those of you joining us by Zoom. And I just want to give a round of applause again to our candidates from Meet the Candidates. Let's hear it for them. People putting themselves out there for a cause and a reason they believe in is what this organization is all about, and which is really great. And speaking of that, I do want to take a moment to recognize our past presidents who are in the audience today. We have past President Peter Bierman here. We have past President Jay Johnson, Dave Worthams, Steve Pickelman, and those are the ones I got to check on Zoom before, and Sarah Austin. Boy, I was going to get salt fined for that. And those are the ones I got to see before I had to come up on stage. They've all been where all of our candidates were at one time. So thank you for being here and for showing your support. So let's get back to this year, though, because we have been doing some great things. This is really the first full award show of the year, and because awards are cool, let's go ahead and do some. Please welcome to the stage your programming team, directors Nikki Dobos and Kimmy Black, and your programming vice president, Karina Townsend.
Real quick housekeeping thing. If you are a award recipient, please come up this way on the stage and also leave this way on the stage. All right. So our first award for quarter two is for the junior JC/J-Teens write-up. The question for the juniors/J-Teens write-up was inspired from a Luna Lovegood quote from Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Luna Lovegood said, "Being different isn't a bad thing. It means you're brave enough to be yourself." We asked juniors and J-Teens to share all the wonderful things that make you different and why you're proud of them. This quarter's winner did just that. She wrote about the obstacles she has overcome in her family, along with her struggles at school. Her experiences have helped her develop a unique personality and helped her become more resilient and prepared to take on the world. We can't wait to see what happens when she joins her local chapter as a JC. So congratulations to our quarter two's J-Teens Prepared Write-Up winner from JCI Kalamazoo, Taylor Croft.
Hi, everyone. I just needed to make sure I was presenting the correct award. How did you feel attending your first JC event? How did you feel welcomed and included? How do you share your JC passion with new people? And how do you keep a hospitable environment and make everyone feel included? What are the ways you can improve your JC hospitality with new members or potential members? These are the tough questions we posed to our impromptu write-up competitors. What we received were frank, well-written responses that we can all learn from within this organization. Our winner explained how she uses her knowledge and skills to make everyone feel welcomed and validated in their time with us. Thank you so much for your candor. The winner of Q2 Impromptu Write-Up from JCI Kalamazoo, Amanda Lozier. Please take your beautiful award.
For our prepared write-up competition, all of us are put in boxes by our families, by our religion, by our society, our moment in history, even our own bodies. Some people have the courage to break free. For our prepared write-up, we ask participants to write about what boxes they have broken out of and what boxes they hope to continue to break out of. Our competitors reflected on their personal lives and experiences as they reflected on the topic. Family dynamics, honest reflections about motherhood, and outside influences have all played parts in our competitors' lives. Our winner wrote about the experiences she had based on stereotypes regarding gender and the pressures that have been put on them by others. A big thank you and congratulations to Brenna LaForge from JCI Kalamazoo for her honesty and reflection as our prepared write-up winner.
Hi, everyone. For this quarter's Create It competition, we asked competitors to share their nostalgia with us, their childhood classics, and they did not disappoint. The winner created a paper doll version of herself and used photos of the things she loved as a child to create flowers for her paper doll's dress. The judges were all thoroughly impressed by the originality and execution of the art. This quarter's Create It winner from JCI Kalamazoo is Brenna LaForge. I would like y'all to know that I just expertly flipped that page.
Online professional networking is designed to encourage participants to have an online resume through the use of LinkedIn to showcase their professional experience and brand. This quarter winner has developed a well-developed LinkedIn presence and comprehensive role descriptions so that we can know what all the amazing things she's done in her professional and JC career. Additionally, she's the person who's always ready to take on a new role that will challenge her personally and professionally. Congratulations to Megan Miani from the Livonia and Wyandotte JCs for winning quarter two's online professional networking.
All right, well, congratulations to all of our competition participants. We can't wait in store for us coming in November. And now, if we could please, can I have my music? Passionate, dedicated, competitive, willing. These are the words that come to mind when I think of my next medallion recipient. It has not been the easiest of roads for this person this year, but due to their competitive drive, passion for the organization, and recognition of the benefits that are available for our members if they choose to take full advantage of everything that JCI has to offer, they have kept at it and have shown a dogged resilience when it comes to getting the job done. While we have not always agreed on how to handle a given situation, I have admired and respected their willingness to participate, to try new ideas, to travel the state to meet with struggling chapters, and to spend hours on the phone talking with anyone who would listen. They made sure their voice was heard as part of the membership and diversity panel at Boyne, are always willing to teach people how to better handle their finances, and have been instrumental in making sure that this year's Membership Fun in the Sun initiative is a success. And we came oh so close to reaching second quarter growth. I am optimistic and looking forward to what he and his team are able to accomplish throughout the rest of 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome for my next presidential medallion, your 2021 Membership Development Vice President from Livonia, Chris Crawford.
That you need to hide your face, afraid to step outside, so you lock the door, but don't you stay that way.
No more living in no shadows. You and me, we know how that goes.
'Cause once you see it, oh, you'll never, never be the same.
Little bit of light is shining, bottle up to keep on shining. You can prove there's more to you.
You cannot be afraid.
All right, congratulations, Chris. Ladies, now that you've had a break, it's time to hear about our single project entries.
Hello. Okay, good. It's on. Because I don't know how to turn these on. I always let Dave do it for me. Okay. We love to see how chapters are making COVID-safe events to continue to work in their community. This chapter was able to create an event that will continue on in the future. They partnered with their city, a local bar, and the community to reserve shanties to celebrate St. Patrick's Day in a fun, safe way. They were able to get over 100 reservations and had so many awesome photos showing all of the fun that was had by everyone. This semester's local community development SPE winner is Shamrockin' in Your Shanty with JCI Muskegon. Greater Muskegon. I'm going to turn the page again. Carol didn't even tell me to do this one. How do you turn pages when you can't lick your fingers? Gah.
During the Financial Development and Economic Growth SBE presentations, we heard from several chapters about projects whose primary goal was to create a positive financial impact in their local chapters, with the primary goal of raising funds to directly support their chapter programming. One project stood out for their ability to reflect on previous experiences and make changes to a long-standing project to have a successful year. They were able to bring a little cheer to their community with traveling snowmen and surpass their goals by raising over $1,300 and donated $1,000 of that to their local food bank. Congrats to our Financial Development and Economic Growth Project winners, JCI Lansing, for their project Snowman Army.
Development category for single project entry is designed to activate members and challenge them to learn new skills. While we spent most of 2020 learning how to host virtual events, some chapters held out hope that we'd be able to gather together for the traditional year-end celebration. However, JCI Kalamazoo decided to take their abundant knowledge of hosting virtual events by hosting a virtual year-end banquet. This event was not only able to celebrate the year and the members, but also a way to engage and interact with those who attended. They accomplished this by engaging over 40 members, plus members from across the state, with a wonderful night of celebration, community, and spicy food tasting with 2020 President Nikki Dobos. The 2021 Semester 1 SP winner for membership development goes to JCI Kalamazoo's Crazy Excellent Year-End Banquet.
During our inter-organization and civic collaboration SBE presentations, we heard from several chapters about projects whose goal was to foster and collaborate between the local chapter and civic or community organizations. One chapter partnered with a community organization and their city commissioner to plan a community project. They engaged local businesses and community members through family-friendly activities, an accessible bike parade, paint the town event, and an artist showcase provided opportunities for the community to participate in their local pride event. Not only did this project provide an opportunity to bring its members together with other local organizations, but it also provided opportunities for volunteering, networking, and working towards equality locally. For all those reasons, I'm excited to share our inter-organization and civic collaboration project winner is JCI Muskegon for their project Muskegon Pride.
All right, the last thing you'll be hearing from the programming team is the Programming Award of Excellence for quarter 2. This Programming Award of Excellence goes to a chapter that continues to wow me. They have long-standing relationships within their community and are always finding new ways to get involved. They kicked off quarter 2 with their annual Adopt a Highway event to clean up their community. But what made them plunge to the top of the quarter was their You've Been Flushed fundraiser, which had them place traveling toilets all around their community in order to raise funds for their senior scholarship and Operation Christmas programs. Congratulations to JCI Ionia on winning the quarter 2 Programming Award of Excellence.
Microphones. All right, congratulations again to our award winners. Next, we would like to recognize a very special honor. Can I have all of our 10th degree recipients please stand? Being a 10th degree is the highest recognition for our individual members who have completed the Passport to Civic Leadership program. By achieving your 10th degree, that means you've been activated, you've been engaged, and you have led. It means that you have taken full advantage of everything that the JCI organization has to offer for our members. And today, I'm very excited that we get to welcome a new member to the 10th degree ranks. Please welcome to the stage to receive her 10th degree pin, Nikki Dobos. Because of COVID and things, we're not actually doing a pinning ceremony, but here you go. Congratulations, Nikki. We're also not doing the normal tunnel thing because, you know, reasons, right? All right, with that, can I have my music, please? While every person is unique, this young leader within JCI Michigan is one of the more interesting people I have met during my JCI career. Artistic, active, free-spirited, intelligent. Every time I interact with this individual, I walk away just going, huh, didn't know that about her. Every project I've attended in her district, she's been there. Every virtual meeting I've attended, she's been there. She submits reports that are complete and well thought out, and you can tell she is taking the time to really try to understand the unique idiosyncrasies of her district all the better. This young woman has many years of her JCI career in front of her, and I am excited to see what she chooses to tackle next. Just hopefully, she'll be able to do so without one of her legs in a cast or a boot. Not that that has stopped her in any way this year. Please welcome for my presidential medallion, your District 5 director from Frankenmuth, Jacqueline Leary.
Cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. And you know you can't go back again to the world that you were living in. Cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. So come alive. I see it in your eyes. You believe that lie, that you need to hide your face. Afraid to step outside. So you lock the door, but don't you stay.
And with that, let's hear from our membership vice president about all the great things that have been happening in the membership area. VP Chris. Oh, he's over here. I'm like, where did he go?
I'm ready. Can everybody hear me? Yes. Awesome. All right. So who is ready to hear about some fun in the sun? Awesome. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about the July Fun in the Sun Challenge. We have one award going out for individual and one for a chapter. For those of you that may not remember, what we did was we had a different set of challenges for each month from starting in July going through September. And if you completed certain challenges, you were able to be entered into drawings where you can win cash prizes. There was individual challenges as well as chapter challenges. So with that, drum roll, please. And the individual winner for July went to Amarina Crawford. I'm continue to be so impressed by her. She's a newer JC that's just done a lot. She actually completed all 5 challenges for July. She brought a prospective member for glamping. She actually had the most prospective members that came for glamping. She recruited a new member. She attended an outside project outside of her local chapter and chaired an in-person event. So congratulations to Amarina. I'll be bringing you your gift card for $50 to Amazon. Congratulations. Now, here's the big one. The winning chapter for July Fun in the Sun is the Allegan JCs. So check this out, guys. Allegan recruited 2 new members, which we said we weren't going to go by numbers, we were going to go by percentages, right? 15.7% increase in their membership in a month, right? They did it, and they also had a project where they did a project with Kalamazoo. So they completed 3 of the challenges for July. But here's the big thing. So congratulations to the Allegan JCs. You guys are doing a fantastic job. I got the gift card, but it's over. Okay. I got you. Oh, and yes. And so they won a $100 gift card to use for their chapter. So it's going to be awesome. $100 for you guys to use for your chapter. And so in closing, I just want to say I've been able to travel the state a lot in July. I was invited to a lot of different projects all over, and there's a lot of things that are happening. I just want to make sure that, I know we don't do this for awards, we don't do this for accolades, we do this because we care about our communities, we want to develop as young leaders, but you might as well get credit for what you're already doing, right? And who doesn't like money? Who doesn't like money for their chapter? Take yourself out for a pizza party, grab yourself some beverages, whatever you want to do with the money you win for doing what you're already doing. So what I hope to see is that your local presidents are submitting in the Google Doc going forward so we can celebrate more people's success going forward. Again, congratulations to all the winners, and I can't wait to see what happens at the end of this month. So thank you for that. All right. So do we have a slideshow up? Yeah, I need to set up. Okay, there we go.
Happiness hit her like a train on a train.
That's right, you tell them.
Hang tight, everyone. Just a couple technical difficulties.
Happiness hit her like a train on a track. Coming towards her, stuck still, no turning back. She hid around corners and she hid under beds. She killed it with kisses, and from it she fled. With every bubble she sank with a drink and washed it away down the kitchen sink.
All right. Karina, did you see that? Look at all that impact we just saw on the screen there. That's fantastic. As you all know, the lifeblood of this organization is its members. So I just want to take the time to recognize 3 chapters who were at 100% retention this quarter. Kalamazoo JCs, Manistee JCs, and Nomi, Northern Michigan JCs. Keep up the great work. Speaking of great work, did you guys know we have a chapter that grew their membership by 42% last quarter? Yeah. The Grand Rapids JCs gained 18 members last year. In 3 months, gained 18 members. How did they do this, you may ask? They partnered with their local chamber to do what we call an emerging leaders event. We've done those in Livonia and other chapters as well. When you have a great relationship with your chamber, amazing things can happen. So I can't wait to see all 18 new members get enrolled in JCI Go and have Amanda Lozier help them create some amazing impact and become fully engaged. So that's my challenge to y'all. We need to get them in front of Amanda, get them engaged. All right. So congratulations again to Grand Rapids. You guys have the award, the Membership Award of Excellence for quarter 2. Yes. Come get your award, lady. Congratulations. All right. And my final membership award of excellence for quarter 2 goes to an amazing, outstanding new member. Amanda Lechke joined the Lansing area JCs back in January of 2020. She is the owner of Paint Your Poison, which is a really cool company that does a lot of things from selling paint kits to putting on painting events, things of that nature. She's very, very included in her community. She does a lot of things in the community. So I just want to tell you a little bit about her. Most recently, she saw a news article about a little girl who was walking home from school. She was wearing a pride flag wrapped around her shoulders. The little girl was celebrating her first pride. She had come out as bisexual. And a grown man drove past her and called her the F word. How traumatic can that be, right? And when Amanda heard about this, she decided, she was outraged, right? But instead of just being angry and complaining about it on Facebook, she did something that a lot of other people would not do. She decided to do something about it. She decided to reach out to other people within her community, and gather people together and make sure, she said, we're going to take this one act of hatred and we're going to cover it with 1,000 acts of love. She was able to create a giant card and had 4 or 5 pages worth of kind words from people from all over the community to give to this little girl to let her know that she is special, she is important, and that she matters. That's what I mean when I say leadership in action. You know, you see something, you do something about it, right? You see something's wrong, you do things to impact your community. And I just want to say I'm just humbled that we have somebody like this in our organization that's using her business to also help create impact. So again, congratulations to Amanda Lechke for everything that you do. All right, and please welcome to the stage President Adam for his next medallion.
Thank you, Chris. This person took on a role for 2021 that, due to COVID-19 and changing information, she wasn't sure she would be able to fulfill. But she felt strongly that she had made a commitment, and she came to me to see if I had any ideas of how we could work something out. And we did. Since that time, I have been impressed at her drive to make sure that those of us who will be attending the upcoming national events do so in style. Her creativity around fundraising, such as the s'mores bar and hot dog bar she prepared for the family glamping trip, complete with my favorite Boston coolers and root beer floats, to organizing 50/50 sales, this person has shown a lot of dedication to the role. In addition, she is also serving as one of my assistants. She has always been there for me at state events, checking in on me, escorting me or national guests around, and making sure that we had all the necessities, such as lunch and paper products for today, right? I don't know what the future holds for this person, but I am so glad she is part of this year's team. Please welcome for my next medallion from South Kent, your on-to chair, Jennifer Groom.
I see it in your eyes. You believe that lie that you need to hide your face. Afraid to step outside, so you lock the door. But don't you stay that way.
No more living in no shadows. You and me, we don't have that ghost.
'Cause once you see it, oh, you'll never, never be the same.
Little bit of light is shining. Bottle up to keep on shining. You can prove there's more to you.
You cannot be afraid.
All right, now you're stuck with me for a while. So we're at that point in the program where it's time to find out who is the best of the best in the second quarter civic leadership certification process. So this time around, we have 3 winners. In third place, can I have a drum roll, please? JCI Greater Muskegon. Ooh, woo! In second place, the Livonia JCs. Here she comes, child in tow, future JC in tow. And in first place, this chapter ran projects, recruited members, did all the events. They're known as JCI Calamacool. Woohoo. Nice job. It's time now for my Presidential Awards of Excellence, and I have 2 to present this quarter. My first Presidential Award of Excellence goes to a small but mighty chapter. I have been impressed at their resilience throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, adapting to ever-changing conditions and finding ways to still provide signature programming. They aren't always a big player in the state scene, and as a result, they often fly under the radar. But they are a great group of members, and they truly put on some fantastic programming. I was so glad that so many of them came out to join us in person at the Boyne Retreat. And if you are like me, you know that anytime you're in town, you must stop by their putt-putt course. Congratulations to the Ludington area JCs. My second and final Presidential Award of Excellence for the weekend is in recognition of the important work that this group has chosen to undertake. Leading impactful discussion on a potentially chaotic topic requires a special skill set and an incredible amount of patience. I have been impressed at the work that these individuals have done in tackling the topics of diversity, equity, and inclusion through the JCI Michigan DEI discussion group. From reading books to watching films to leading general conversation, this trio has done a very nice job of facilitating worthwhile discussion with members of JCI Michigan on these important topics. To quote one of them, "We must be ready for this work. It is not enough to want to do DEI work. Organizations must commit to this work for the long haul. Please don't do this just to tick a box." I would like to recognize Emarina Crawford, Angela Klock, and Kimmy Tolliver with my Presidential Award of Excellence. And we do have a lovely award for all three of you. So, but Kimmy gets hers in person. She's here. All right, so that is it for our awards, but I do have one more medallion. Maestro, please. I don't know for sure when I first met this person, but my first memories of her are from the Double J Ranch. Personable, outgoing, and fun, she was making sure everyone knew, in a good way, what she thought about her camping experience that weekend. Every time I have visited her in her part of the state or at state events, I look forward to seeing her. I know she is going to tell it to me straight, both the good and the bad. She provides a unique perspective for the organization and brings a much-needed voice to the diversity, equity, and inclusion discussion as a whole. She always reminds us, sometimes gently, sometimes not, that it is not okay for us to be comfortable with where we've been, and that as young leaders, we can and should forge a way forward and be a model for others to follow. She did an excellent job at Boyne moderating one of the most impactful conversations we have had on the intersection of membership and DEI, and her work this year chairing that task force has been fantastic. I am bummed that this is her last year as an of-age member, but I'm just glad I was able to have her on my team. Please welcome, for my presidential medallion, the chair of the Diversity and Inclusion Task Force from Kalamazoo, the Kimmy Tolliver.
You believe that lie, that you need to hide your face, afraid to step outside, so you lock the door, but don't you stay that way.
No more living in no shadows. You and me, we know how that goes.
'Cause once you see it, oh, you'll never, never be the same.
Little bit of light is shining, bottle up to keep on shining. You can prove there's more to you.
You cannot be afraid.
The best part about giving medallions, I think, is just when you see that I gotcha moment, you know? So that brings us to my closing remarks for the second quarter. And I have to say that I think we have much to be proud of for what we have accomplished as an organization over the course of the last 7 months. I said at Boyne that right now I could feel the momentum building, and I continue to feel that momentum build. We see it in things like the difference we have had in membership. Did you know that in the second quarter, we recruited 5 times the number of people that we did in the first quarter? 5 times the number of people that we did in the first quarter. And in the second quarter already, we are on pace to surpass that with what has already been turned in, which is absolutely fantastic and is exactly what we wanted to see as we have been working to build bridges with our members, with our chapters, between our members, between our chapters in the state, and between us and the rest of the organization. It has been really fantastic work. We see chapters like Grand Rapids that we heard added 16 members through their partnership. Allegan added 2 members in July and has already added 3 members in August, and it's only August 14th. And they are one of just a number of chapters that is doing fantastic work. No matter who is elected for next year, I know that I'm going to make it my mission to make sure that we build the proper bridges to get us into 22 and beyond. My focus this year has been on how do we make sure that we come out of this pandemic that in many ways, we don't know if or when it's ever going to end, right? We thought everything was great, and all of a sudden we have the Delta variant. Now there's a Lambda variant. Then somebody said, well, what happens if we get to the Alpha Beta variant? I'm like, I don't know, but I do know that this organization will be prepared to meet that challenge and move forward because we have that momentum building and we are demonstrating that we can build those bridges. So while I completely agree that next year, no matter who is elected, I agree that together we are unlimited, and today or never, it is time for us to shine. Let's just make sure we're building bridges in the process. Thank you all very much for being here. It's great to see you, and I look forward to seeing you at the baseball game tonight and in the months to come.
All right, thank you so much, Adam. Thank you, everyone that came today. We are so happy to see all of you. All of your beautiful faces here makes me smile. I don't even think you understand how much. However, a couple closing notes for you. Again, I'm just going to remind you, even though I already did it at the beginning, I'm going to do it again. Lugnuts game is tonight, 6:30. Will call. Carol has tickets. Anyone need me to repeat that? All right, good. All right, so if you don't have tickets and you want to get your own tickets, we are in section M, as in Mac. Okay? All right, I also want to remind everyone our next event is Lots and Q3 Awards. That is going to be the weekend of November 5th through the 7th, and we'll be in Grand Rapids, Michigan. We're at a Holiday Inn on the south end of town. What's really cool about this event is we're actually, if we get enough people, we're almost going to rent out the entire hotel. Okay, because there's only about 80 rooms at this hotel. So if we get enough of us, we could own that hotel. And a little secret, I work for IHG. So we might get something. Anyway, and then also, the lovely Andersons have set up the media banner. So for any award recipients, medallion winners, 10th degree earners, anyone like that that would like to take pictures, we do have the media banner back there. We encourage selfies. Please go out there, hashtag JCIMI. Have a great time. See you all at the game or in Grand Rapids, whichever one it happens to be. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.